But I bet she's happy.
Yeah, I'm happy for her.
I'm happy for her too. I'm getting ready to open these DJI mics. April hasn't had.
That's the new?
Yeah. April hasn't had a mic the last video because I lost that one on the bus and we couldn't find it. April tried hard. She went back searching it in the Sirius terminal, but
because I lost the ticket, Joe.
That's okay. Yeah, they make you have a ticket to even put in a lost and found claim, but it's no big deal. I planned ahead. Something told me, I was like, man, I figured I would lose one of these mics. If you guys have followed me, you see how often I've lost my glasses and everything else.
Maybe that's the time that you use the backup.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to open it. I guess this is and this is the video I've kind of been dreading this month. Every month I do a budget video, and this is the most that I've spent in the Philippines, but stay tuned because I've got reasons. Man, it's nice out here this morning. It probably looks hot on camera, but it feels pretty good, even in the sun. I've been like I said, I kind of dreaded doing this month's monthly budget because this is the most I've spent since I've been in the Philippines, but I'll go over everything. Hold on, let me get out here on the beach where at least we got a, oh man, yeah, it's high tide too, I think. No, it's not. Either way, it looks better out here by the ocean.
Hey there, Milo. Hey there, Milo. Hey there, big boy. What that big boy doing?
Got to get a stone, make sure my camera don't blow over. This is some high-tech equipment here. That's a pretty good spot. Anyway, break out my handy-dandy notebook here. And this is my budget for November. So I got the holidays coming up, and if you guys, if this is the first video you've watched on my channel, I've got a series to where I keep it 100% transparent. Every month I do a budget and I tell exactly what I spent. And a lot of times I just add to it throughout the month. I keep track of it, but I don't total it up. But I seen the numbers this month and I was like, oh Lord. It's not as bad as I thought it was, but this is definitely not a normal monthly budget in the Philippines, but it is real life for expats moving to the Philippines, especially if you're like me and you have family back in America or whatever country you came from, to where, you know, you're wanting to buy gifts for your family members. Pretty normal. And I got some spoiled grandbabies, so they kind of expect it. And they see me on YouTube, so now they think that I'm rich, and I'm not, but I was happy that I was able to get them some stuff for Christmas. And I'm not done, but let me start here. I put it in order like my regular monthly bills that pretty much stay around the same consistently. And my budget was, other than the traveling, I went to Siquijor the month of November, and I went to Cebu for April's medical consultation for her surgery. So there's a lot of extra expenses in the regular stuff that I plan on doing, you know, even throughout the year. And it's very affordable, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. But the first expense that I got on the list is my rent, of course. And here at this apartment, I pay 17,000 pesos a month, which is $288.17. The electric bill at this apartment, and keep in mind, this is just a studio apartment. It's just a bed in a room, small little kitchen and sink, and a bathroom. So it's very inexpensive. My power bill is kind of high in comparison to a lot of people's power bill, but I leave my AC on pretty much 24/7 unless we're traveling. And if we're traveling, I turn everything off except for the refrigerator. So my electric bill for the month of November was 6,500 pesos, which is $110.18. And the next bill that's pretty regular, actually I spent a lot more on groceries this month than I did last month. And I'm not sure why that is, because I wasn't here for 8 days. I think I just bought more expensive food. But anyway, my groceries for the month of November was 7,285 pesos. And that is $123.49 in USD. And I also, for the month of November, I had to renew my visa. And I renew for 2 months at a time. So I have an immigration bill in this month's total, and I spent 3,840 pesos, which comes to $65.09 in USD. And this is where I was talking about the travel. This is for 2 trips, one to Cebu for 4 days and one to Siquijor for 4 days. The Cebu trip was for medical reasons, and we had fun too. It was, you know, we got to see some things while we were there. It wasn't just medical. And Siquijor was just total vacation, and that was really fun. And I only spent 37,379 Filipino pesos, which comes to $624.02 in USD. Not bad for 2, you could call it 2 vacations, while having a home base in Darwin or Dumaguete area. And restaurants, we did well. And by the way, in my travel expenses, that includes me spending money for the restaurants while I was traveling. So this next category of restaurants is only while I was here in the Dumaguete area. And I spent 4,270 Filipino pesos, which is $71.28 in USD. And the next category, and these are all regular expenses, even the travel, because I planned it, the whole time I've planned to keep this as a home base. And I want to go to some places and see some places inside the Philippines and outside of the Philippines. But the next expense is for phones. And I've got Google Fi for my American phone number that I do all my banking with. And then I've actually got Globe and Smart, which I haven't bought much load at all, but I have bought some when we were traveling to Siquijor, and I bought some when we was traveling to Cebu. And I spent a total of 1,746 Filipino pesos, which comes to $29.14 USD. I've got a category here for clothes and accessories. This is for anything that I may buy, like if I buy an accessory for the motorbike, a shirt, whatever it may be, bolts, nuts, you know, just anything, tools. I spent 3,284 Filipino pesos, and that comes to $54.82 USD. And laundry. We've dirtied up a lot of clothes because of traveling and doing events, you know, just playing mostly. And we still haven't spent much in laundry. For the whole month of November, for laundry services, we only spent 230 Filipino pesos, and that comes to $3.84 USD. And mainly the reason why that's so cheap is because April refuses to take clothes to the laundry. This is just for the sheets and comforters, and I think one time we took the towels, but pretty much she does everything by hand. Even whenever I try to say, hey, let's just take it to the laundry, she don't think it gets clean in the washer for some reason, and I'm starting to agree with her because the clothes get very clean. All right, and fuel. I actually spent a lot in gas for the ADV. You know, this is I've only had it for, I think, a little over 2 months and a week or two. And this month we did a lot of riding. And I spent 963 Filipino pesos, which comes to $16.34 for the entire month for gas for the motorbike. Not bad, you know. And then we've driven, I don't even know how many miles. I do though this. The last time I looked at the odometer, I think I've already got like 1,600 or 1,700 kilometers on the bike. And that's in, like I said, 9 or 10 weeks. This is where things get expensive because everything prior to this point, that number right there, would be typical for my monthly budget, including my travel with April. So this is for 2 people, the whole month. This next category, some of this expense will be there, but not quite this expensive because of the holidays. You know, I'm in the Christmas spirit, and I still got more stuff to buy. Well, not unfortunately, I'm enjoying it. I actually really, really enjoy it. But so far, for the month of November, I've spent 141,050 Filipino pesos, which comes to $2,394.74. You know, maybe I went a little crazy, I don't know, but I'm still not done. But that's what I was dreading. I didn't know how much that was going to be. I had put down the peso amount and I didn't add up the USD amount because I was scared to. But it's actually, when I did it, it's still not bad, you know, because this isn't every month expense. And this one was something that's, you know, not even, hopefully, Lord willing, not even a yearly expense. But I got a bridge. I don't know if you guys have watched that video. I've got the video, you can go back and watch. But I had to get, whenever I got here, or after I'd been here for about 2 months, I had a bridge from America. And what it was is I'd lost a molar, and one of the other molars had a filling on it, and they basically trimmed 2 teeth down and it looked like I had three molars like it's supposed to be. And it came unglued after 11 years. It came out while I think I was eating pizza or something. And I put it in a baggie, and I think I threw it in the trash can, I'm not sure, but I lost it. So I had to have another one made. And I also got a teeth cleaning. I got some dental work done for April, and this is all included in this price. I spent 52,489 pesos for, I got it under the category of medical, but that includes dental, of course. And that comes to $891.15. Drum roll, please. So that brings us to the grand totals. And it sounds like a whole lot of money when you say it in pesos. I spent 276,036 Filipino pesos. And that comes to $4,672.26 in USD. So, please understand that I'm doing this for a reason. I'm being totally transparent with you guys. So at the end of the year, what I plan to do is after 12 months, I can break it down, even though like I'll have these big months, which, you know, is probably realistic for everyone if you have family. If you have family back at home, grandchildren, things of that nature, you know, people to buy for, you're probably going to do it, and you're probably going to spend something similar to this, you know, depending on what you're getting. My grandkids are actually getting a little older in age, and some of their gifts are getting a little more expensive than they used to be. I can't get away with some Matchbox cars and some dolls anymore. Some of them I can, but some of them are wanting iPhones. Unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, I get it. They're old enough to have one now, and it helps the parents out, you know what I mean? But it's not bad. But what the plan is at the end of 12 months, I'll do a grand finale video of what my yearly budget was living in the Philippines as a retired expat. And I'm still making my budget, even with this expensive month. If you go back and you watch the other monthly cost videos, I was on a budget when I came here of $1,940 per month because of my pension, or my retirement, I should say. That's what my goal was to stay under that. And I did stay under that every month but the first month I was here. And that additional that I saved actually covers the cost of what I spent for this month. That's probably going to change for the month of December because I still got more things to buy. But at the end of 1 year, I'll add it all up as 1 year's total, and I'll divide it by 12. So then that way you guys included, can get an idea of what you need to at least live the same lifestyle that I'm living. I'm pretty simple. I don't blow a bunch of money. I feel like I blew a bunch of money by spending 54, whatever it was, 54.82 in clothes. And that was a lot. That was like even this whole outfit, except for the shoes. My buddy Chad from Tudor's Travels got me these shoes. They're pretty cool, very comfortable. They're kind of like Crocs, but they're Nikes. And you can wear them in the water. And I got bum feet. And as you can see, the beach is very rocky. It's perfect for this. But only bad thing is they don't have holes in the bottom. Well, it's not a bad thing. It's great because I don't want the rocks coming up through the holes. But whenever you get in the sand gets stuck in there. Easy to pour out, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for this series. I've got this separate from, I mean, it's a part of my channel, but I've got a whole series on these monthly budgets. It'll get very cool over time because I plan to travel to other countries. So as these things progress, I'm gonna just tell the truth. If I spend a lot of money, I do. Hopefully I don't. And hopefully it gives you guys some tips, some pointers of what the reality of living here is. If you want to add to my number, you can. Like if you want to live a little bit higher class, because I live in the province, I stay out of the city unless I'm traveling or something like that. And we don't eat out a whole lot because both of us like to cook. So if you don't like to cook, it's probably going to get a little bit more expensive, not a lot. And we don't really drink that much, if at all. I mean, we do drink, but not that much, so we don't go out drinking, we don't buy alcohol, so that saves a lot of money as well. And that's about it. So tell me what you think in the comments below. I know I kind of blew the budget this month, and I'm gonna do it again next month, but I don't think next month will be quite as expensive because I don't have anything coming. I do have April surgery coming up, which is gonna be expensive, but I don't know if it's going to be happening in December or January. So either way, it's okay. If I got to spend it, I'd rather go ahead and get it all done in 1 month. so that way the rest of the year looks at least good in my mind. But we'll add it up at the end of the year. Like I said, after a 12-month stretch, I came on April 1st. So on April 1st of 2026 is when I'll do that 1-year grand finale. And I've kept track of all of the Google Sheets that I've made over time. And they're also on the video. I can go back and look at a lot of those if I'm missing anything, which I know I'm not. I've changed the first sheet that I made. I actually copied over that one. So the only one that I guess I'm kind of missing is on video. So I'll go look at that one. But anyway, I guess that's it for now. For now, I'm out.